Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. I have just sat down. We are 18 seconds into the match. We've got George with it. We just got a delivery, and then I had to run back out to the truck because it was the wrong one. But we're here now. Just Hurricanes versus Waratahs. Should be a good matchup. But yeah, like I mentioned, George will be joining us very soon. I'm so unfit, but we're controlling the breathing. It's going to be a line out for the Waratahs. But yeah, George, I can hear him here. It decided he's late. Oh, says Rugby. Yeah. Here's George. Hello, George.
Your steak, man. I can't get over that.
Now running around the back. Lee Gleason. Just hang on. He's moving up to the 22. Nicely away to the side here. Ned Hannigan charging forward. So we were about 30 seconds late starting. I'd say somewhere around there. Jake Gordon. Now to the right, I've realized that the mouse is in the wrong place, so I'm going to have to go out and get that at some stage. Switch it so that it starts updating the scoreboard.
Huh.
Yeah. The Waratahs actually starting this match very well. All the possession. Huh?
Waratahs going to lose?
I don't know. They've got a good side, but they lost to the Rebels last week. This game, I think, the big battle. It's Savia versus Hooper.
Yeah, Hooper's getting old, though, isn't he?
Is Savia getting old too?
Savia's a killer, though.
And IC Sports Highlights, welcome in. Hello, Hamish and George, says Amelia. And Jacob says hi, says Ollie. And hi, Hamish, good evening. Hello. Hope you are doing well. Laney Gleason again charging forward for the Waratahs. So first 2 minutes, been all the Waratahs. That kick's gone nowhere.
Yeah, man.
No, Juanita Wasi does well to take it. Now Hooper down the wing with the grubber in behind. Hurricanes might just consider kicking this one into touch, although it looks like they're going to go back across to Geordie Barrett, whom now will find the touchline with that kick. No, yep, does go out right. I'll go quickly adjust the mouse.
Okay.
So
Do you want me to do it?
No, it's all good because I have to crawl underneath and do it that way. I shall be back. You talk to the people. Say hello.
Hi.
Say what your name is.
Hi. My name's George. I'm friends with Hamish. I drink lots of chocolate milk. That's why I'm fat. The Waratahs have got the ball, and they're looking awesome. Great with the ball in hand. You know, just swift. Do you guys know much about the Ukraine war?
Hello. Have some meaningful conversations, did you?
Says, hi, George. Hi, Rugby 02. Sure, that's not your real name.
Now back across, that's almost dropped. All picked up by Parisi now, the big man.
Dad, look at this guy. You see that? He just goes. I love him. I'm in love with Nadolo. The boy is just so exciting to watch. You know?
Because he didn't really get much of a chance in that first game we watched,
I'm just going to be watching him this whole game. I remember when he made his debut for the Crusaders, he scored 4 tries in South Africa against the Sharks. It was insane.
Very handy player. Could play pretty much any position, couldn't he?
Yeah, he'd be great in centre. But
now Gordon. Hurricanes just haven't really hit the ball yet, have they? It's a good start. I am. How's your cricket doing? Says Rugby 02. Rugby 02. We are playing tomorrow 2 matches, 2 T20 games back to back. So we play the first one. If we win that, we go, or we actually stay at the same ground. If we lose, we go to the other ground.
Where is the ground?
Both here.
Oh, Nottingham.
Yeah, in high school.
Shit.
So it should be good. Couple short format games.
Is that an under 12s tournament? Or?
No. There's a few second graders coming down to play.
Is it?
Yeah.
Do they have a different, grade or like for T20, or are they just
It's just a one-off, like pretty much bonus round. Just because we've had so many games rained off. Hello, I'm back. Just got my dinner, says Beds of Blaze. And also, Hamish, did you see us on the telly last weekend? Last weekend when the Rebels were playing, me and George were at the pub. So we didn't really get to watch too much of that game, unfortunately. But I'm sure the stockade would have been in full voice. Did your drum work? Looks like they're going to take on the corner here. Ben Donaldson. 2 tackles made by the Waratahs compared to the 32 of the Hurricanes.
Surely they've done more than 2. I think a lot of their data's off because people do make tackles, but the data gets. So that's you know.
Mm.
Sometimes they're like, it's one tackle, but then 3 people were involved in the tackle.
So what was Savia penalised there? Was it because the other player didn't roll away quick enough, I assume?
Not sure.
Because other than that, it didn't look too bad.
Waratahs are looking good, though. They're once again at the Hurricanes' end. So
Now it's going to be thrown in.
I want the Waratahs to win.
Do you?
I want Australian sides just to bloody better this year because it's just no fun.
Okay.
You know, I want them to. You know, I wouldn't mind the Reds actually winning the tournament, to be honest.
Oh. Why the Reds?
Because I like the Reds.
Okay.
But I just think it would be good if an Australian side actually won, and then every year, you know, but, let's get back at them. Yeah, let's get a New Zealand side up there, and it brings back that old
The rivalry.
Yeah, the rivalry.
Like the Bledisloe, isn't it?
Yeah, the Bledisloe's boring now because the All Blacks win.
Mm.
You know, the year that the Wallabies win back that Bledisloe is going to be like huge for them.
My little brother was on the drum. It didn't break. Tomorrow I have to play round 4 of my rugby game in Orange Theory. We have won 3 in a row, says Rugby 02. This week ain't been the best. On me, been struggling with my depression a fair bit, says Amelia. So where do the Rebels play this weekend? They're away, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think they're playing the Chiefs. So I guess you don't have to worry about going to the game. You can just chill out at home and, you know, just take it easy. I think it's the best way. No.
Go outside and get some sun
Mm.
and hang out with some friends. You know.
There's a lot of rubbish going across the field, isn't there?
Yeah.
It's like tumbleweeds of trash in Melbourne. Well, sorry, in Wellington. At the moment, the penalty goes the way of them. We've got the Chiefs tomorrow, try to get 4 in a row, or trying to get 4 in a row. I feel what George is saying right now, Super Rugby puts me to sleep, says L19. And I'm going to the Chiefs game tomorrow, and we play Chiefs play tomorrow versus Chiefs away. Yeah, that's the 4:35 p.m. game, isn't it? Don't think we're covering that one unless the cricket gets rained off, since it is at 4:40 or 4:35. It's a high noise, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where'd that one come from?
Around the area.
God. Hurricanes finally getting a little bit of ball, which is good news. How good was the draw? Satyrs will bounce back, though. Watch out, Blues, says DK. Yeah, it's quite an intriguing game, isn't it? Because you've got the Blues who have been playing pretty well at times. Discipline's been their main problem versus a Crusaders side who I don't think have ever started a Super Rugby campaign so badly in some extent. But then saying that, it's weird to say that they started so badly when they still beat a side by about 35 points or whatever they beat the Highlanders by. So it's an intriguing one tomorrow night.
Yeah.
And then the draw, they have the Reds on Sunday.
Yeah.
It's going to be kicked out on the full. Was that Kenny Naholo?
Is he playing for the Hurricanes?
Yeah. Crusaders signed him, didn't use him once throughout the whole season.
Really?
Oh, he might have got one game. So they were like, nah, well,
there
you
might
can
be a
see
reason for
why
that.
with a kick like that, but
let's see how he goes. There might be a reason why the Crusaders didn't put him in.
well, it's just because they have that many backs.
Because he was originally there for the Chiefs, and they got him from the Chiefs, I think.
You sure he didn't come from Waikato?
Well,
for the budding. The Taranaki boys came from, didn't he?
But I think the Chiefs did have something to do with him at the start. When that first year he had that breakout year in high school and he played for Taranaki or whoever. He was in the Chiefs squad. And then the Crusaders got him, and now the Crusaders are there. So maybe there's a reason why. Maybe there is a reason why.
Oh, penalty to the Hurricanes again. Savia's, in fact, it's Tupusi fired up with that one. I'm bringing little man to the Rebels game next week as well. Hopefully he has a bit of good luck for us, says Amelia. I mean, the semi-finals is Rugby 02 and Good Blues versus Young Crusaders will be great, says Padsa. And any meaning behind the Hurricanes socks? They're all different colours. Now, normally, I think it's to do with where they played while they were a kid, seeing as it is a kids' round of Super Rugby.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is.
So I think it's to do with their first childhood club.
What does it mean with a kids' round?
I think it's just, you know, I like the NRL as like a heritage round or culture round. I think that's something Super Rugby's doing as well, but it's more of just, I guess, to try and have little individual
kids.
No, don't have kids.
Going to the game.
I don't know
what it's for.
I think it's more just because they also have a women's round. I think about halfway through, and it's more like, just to have little milestones of the competition that make certain rounds feel more special than just a regular season.
Right.
So like they'll have a heritage round, a culture round, a kids round, a women's round. I think those are the 4.
What's the women's round? Do they dress up like women? Or?
No. They're just
What do they do
it's
for
just
women's round?
celebrating women's rugby.
So, but the men's are playing.
Yeah.
So how are they celebrating women's rugby when the men playing rugby?
Well, they'll have the Super Rugby Aupiki finals, I think, during that same time.
What's the old picky?
The women's Super Rugby competition.
Right.
Xavier Numia moves up to 22 metres out. Chiefs under 20, then move to the Crusaders to follow Waisaki. But no game time there. It says R19. It's just kids go to games free this round and get kids to the game, says Xavier. And injuries and resting AB's biggest challenge for New Zealand teams. It's a good run down the wing. Billy Proctor, was it? No. Big number 6, Devon Flanders, driven into touch. They'll go back for another penalty advantage in favour of the Hurricanes.
How many kids are there in that stadium?
I'd say a few. I haven't counted them one by one. I'm sure they'll tell us at some stage.
Plenty of adults are taking advantage of their kids. Like,
No,
I got a child.
That's a mad
The whole family goes to freeze because I got a child.
No, it's more the kid goes free. Adults still have to pay for the ticket.
Yeah, I know, but like usually when you go, the kid has to get his own ticket, whereas now it's free. So the whole family's like, well, that family's got a child, that one's got a child, let's all go. You know?
Okay. Yeah. I swear, like, kids in New Zealand games normally get in for $10 or something anyway, I think.
Yeah.
They got a Wonder Boom on their table in there.
Go listen to some rave.
Yeah. Get it going. Looks a bit windy. Geordie Barrett's here is not enjoying it.
Geordie Barrett, I don't know what to think of that guy. Hey?
It's decent cricketer. Luckily for New Zealand, that Bulls and Stormers not playing in Super Rugby.
Oh,
Says Johannes.
Is that Johannes the guy that...
No, that was Janri.
Janri. What? Why are we lucky, Johannes?
Well, he's saying, I believe that they're in some decent form at the moment.
So he's saying we'd all lose to them, eh?
Yep.
So the Crusaders would lose?
Probably off current form. Chiefs would be a better game.
Yeah. So you reckon they'll beat the Bulls and the Stormers? Stormers, are they in URC?
Yep. So that kicker's gone over. 3-0 at the moment. So the Hurricanes got themselves that nice 13-minute lead at the moment by the 3, and well worth living up to its name. It says November. I don't know why they make different prices for men and kids when they never check what ticket you actually have, says Xavier.
Oh, Julian.
Xavier's dropped a Nadolo. Scores the try for the Waratahs. Come on, the bus. Julian Xavier's just put that ball straight down.
Pull up, eh? Alden Foster would be sitting in his lounge like, get.
Well, that was easy for Nadolo, wasn't it? And what do you do if you're the Hurricanes there? They kick off. Xavier's like,
yeah, mine,
straight through the hands. Nadolo, clean pickup for a big man. And then just...
He hit the ground hard when he scored that try.
Scored the try. Who ankle tapped him? Someone got the ankle.
He just jumps in the air.
Yeah. Oh.
He dented the ground.
I think that was it Fergus Burke who tried to or Brett Cameron, I think he tried to go low.
He should jump over it.
Fair play to him for actually committing there.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you get it wrong, you're knocking yourself out.
Yeah.
Badly. Well, that'll be a nice lead now for the Waratahs straight after that last one. And also we have got big talk now that the South African side's left Super Rugby, so can't back up the talk, says R19. And Crusaders is very good. Cape supporters love them, says Johannes in there as well. Now Ben Donaldson lining up the kick from the halfway line. Geez, you see the wind take that one. Gone away to the side. So the score will remain 5 points to 3.
Really?
In favour of the Waratahs.
Oh.
It is correct, yep. You all right? Now, I should mention, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a couple upgrades coming soon on the channel, don't we?
Yeah.
When it comes to audio and whatnot. As you can see, we're still in an unrenovated lounge. Yeah. There's a hole in the ceiling right there.
Yeah.
That's where a light will be. And also over there will also be a light. But then once it's all lit up in here, then we're going to have a few more videos. We may even have some gaming coming back.
Yeah. With
the old gaming setup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kick downfield. Man, there's a lot of rubbish around.
So we're going to have 2 mics.
Yeah, Tom.
So what the hell do we have? One here and then one on that side coming in? Or?
I don't make the rules.
So we go, hello! Hello!
It's raining. Hopefully it doesn't do that tomorrow. It's going to be lit, says Pads Ablaze. Word. I'm very gangster. Mm-hmm. And the amount of people I've had to snap at this week is beyond me. And it also don't help that it's been 1 month since Phantom closed, and I've tried everything to not miss Phantom, and none of it's worked. Says Amelia.
What's Phantom?
Phantom of the Opera. It's a show that they had on, I think it was a mixture of a show and a musical that they had in Melbourne that Amelia went to about 10 times, somewhere around there.
10 times?
10 times. It's gone up in the front rows. Scrum feed for the Hurricanes again. The Six Nations going to be exciting this round, isn't it?
What's happening?
Tomorrow, it's going to be the matchups between Scotland and Italy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't believe Scotland from here can win the Six Nations. Then you've got next match, I think, is Ireland versus... No, I think Ireland-England is the last game. And then France versus Wales. So if France win by a large margin, then England beat Ireland. France will win the Six Nations.
So what happens if England don't beat Ireland?
Ireland win the Six Nations.
Right.
So it's going to be an interesting one. And Image is hello, Hamish. Hello, George. Cool haircut, bro. Says the Image. Me? It's been cut for a while, isn't it? Yeah. I did shave though, so that might be why I look so weird.
Looks like he's going to church.
Short side, Roygaard almost through, but Gamble gets him. I do feel very churchy.
What do you mean by that? How do you feel churchy?
Like, I feel like...
You wake up and Jesus is with you.
I look like I've got that comb over, as if you're just about to...
You're like that family in that movie with Will Ferrell, the dad's one, Stepdads, and he's got his brother.
Oh, yeah.
And he's got that family at the start.
Oh, Stepbrothers.
And they got the family in the car at the start. Oh, you look like that kid. That's what I'm trying to say. You look like that kid.
Okay. Singing a bit of Sweet Child of Mine on the way. I love
it. That feeling is funny.
Basically, George thinks you're joining the priesthood, says Connor. And Gamble says Nuzzy Wiggins. Bet nobody knew the Waratahs. Lucy Charlie Gamble was brought up in Christchurch. Hey, geez, I'm rainy, says Nuzzy Williams. And also we have got there, you boys know a decent site to get internationals jerseys from? Not really. It's tricky. Like, international jerseys, I know that the Rugby World Cup website will have them once the teams announce their World Cup kits, but tell you what, someone who would know a lot more about that is probably Mark from 2 Cents Rugby, because he's got about 100 kits. So, I mean, if I was getting mine, I normally... we'll look at something like Rebel Sports, but they just have New Zealand. Like, they don't really have anywhere else. So it's a tricky one. I don't really know anywhere that's real good. Lowville Rugby is the best website. I've never heard of it.
I have.
Have you?
Mm-hmm.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. No more England, says Rugby 02. And I believe best bet for the World Cup is England. Good odds, says Johannes there. And also Reed calls George an Easter bunny. Cheeky. If you want an exact number of times I went to the Phantom, it was 8 times. Oh, looks like Charlie Gamble. You may have jinxed him, Nazi. I think he's broken his hand, which is not good. Tell you what, you'd just get on that segue, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Go for a zoom, eh? Across the field. See you later, buddy.
Zoom around to the bench.
Zoom.
It reminds me of when we were skiing and one of our classmates, the shed.
Yeah.
Didn't she,
that
unfortunately?
That was funny, man. It's coming in like a missile. She was broken.
Yeah, so was she.
She was fucked up.
Well, I still remember I was on the beginner slope and I was getting a bit of confidence. Yeah, I was like, "Yep, I'm gonna be on it. I'm gonna be on the amateur soon." And then they brought her past on that sled, and they were like, "You're right back there," and she went. And I was like, "I think I'm gonna stay a beginner today. I don't think I want to run into a shed."
The flatlining. You got it. She's dying. You're like, oh, okay, I'm going to stay where I am.
Someone is outside saying, "Go Waratahs, go Waratahs." This is the delivery driver. He was here before. I had to run out, which I don't know why I did. in some
The
regards.
boy's going straight.
That's a
for it.
great try for Cam Roygard. He's just kind of spun sideways, stuck his hand out like he's doing the discus.
Yeah.
Put the ball down over the line.
He could have got up there.
He could have. Geordie Barrett can't believe it. He's going, how'd you manage
What did
that?
you do there? He's ran. I just ran. He ran. He ran forwards. You watch him. He's like, do I pass it? Do I pass it?
So Savia pops it. Nice offload
He's
from
like, okay,
Burke.
I'll pass it. Nah.
Then
Stuff
Roygard
that.
sells the dummy.
He sees his man.
Straight through.
Oh, who was the number 9 who just...
Ben Donaldson got bumped off.
Pathetic attempt at a tackle there from Beno.
It was really not
That
good.
was shit.
Yeah, the Kane says Zach. And when the game says Desmond is happening currently. Unless you're talking about the Ireland versus England game, that'll be about 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. And sorry, Gambas that's what happens when you ditch or when you show loyalty for across the ditch, says Nazi Williams. And under 53, says the Jet. Happy St. Patrick Day, boys. Ireland to win it all and win the Grand Slam.
If Ireland lose this weekend on St. Patrick's weekend, that England are just going to be like, because I know the Irish hate the English, but the English don't hate the Irish. That's weird. But the Irish are racist towards the English. It's bad. It's really bad.
Allegedly.
No, I know people from Ireland who are like, yeah. I'm like, well, damn, this is bad.
Got a ball from Karifi.
Like racist. Yep.
Isaiah Parisi going forward. I'm part Irish, as the Rabio too. And are you on KO? No, we're watching on Sky Sport 1 here in New Zealand. But I believe it's on Stan Sport for you guys in Australia. Is the option.
Australia.
Yeah. That's going to be going back for the original penalty to the Waratahs. Up the Kane says Baxter Blades. Welcome in again, mate. Are you playing tomorrow, Baxter? So I know that you guys are playing at the high school first if you are in the team. And then maybe we'll be playing you in the next game. Maybe not. We either both have to win or both have to lose.
How many days does it go on for?
Just one.
So are you playing the next weekend after?
No.
So is this your last weekend of cricket?
Yep.
Oh.
It's a bit sad, isn't it?
I thought you still had a couple more weekends of...
Nah, rugby season started. Yo, I am, says Baxter. God.
What's that got to do with anything?
Well, Baxter's playing.
Yeah, no. You see the rugby season starting.
Yeah, so anyone, like the ones who play both, now have to decide to commit to rugby pre-season.
Yeah.
It's the cricket season. It starts late and ends early just because they want to get more rugby in. Yeah.
Well, you see in Waimea, rugby's a bigger sport though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Way bigger.
Yeah, they got like 5 people playing.
Oh, this man is in.
That's a big guy. Now around the side, Gordon thought he'd do what Roygard did, and he got smashed backwards by 2 big forwards. Oh, suffer more. Whacked the Parisi, thrown him down.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Here comes Nadolo. Tackled by Isaiah Walker-Lewiri. And part Irish here as well. That's why I'm a pisshead, says Dazzy Williams. And if us Irish is racist towards the English, then so everybody else, George, says Connor. And I was evening, Hamish. We have a 2-week holiday. Thanks for bringing us the commentary. No worries at all, Joss. Hope you enjoy your holiday. Get plenty of time off from the old chemistry and whatnot. Unless are you doing any courses? Jorgensen! Close to the corner. I think he was pushed out just.
Back to the future, dude.
Play number 15 for this game, Jorgensen. Big opportunity. He's kind of broke onto the scene this year. I'm guessing it's your great uncle twice removed. And then he pushed club rugby back more. Says Beds ablaze. Yeah, ideally we would have liked another 3 or 4 weeks of cricket, but you can't really because it overlaps too much. Like we've had maybe about 6 games rained off or cancelled this year. And we've only played 5.
That's a try.
These actually, what's that hand doing though?
But the ball was down first.
Was it?
I think so, yeah.
So clear.
I can't really see the hand,
image quality.
It's pretty bad.
Well, this will be better. This is a better cam. Down.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh, he's got it. He's going to score the try. Oh, so we don't call them pommies. Like you lot down your neck in the woods. I think Connor took that personally, George.
Yeah, I mean, the Irish people that I met this year actually called the English the C word.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really? Well, that's not racist. That's just not liking the English.
No, like it was pretty bad. That's pretty bad.
And nobody's got it, says Rovio 2. Morning, Kiwi lads, on the rugby couch. Raining here in morning Cape Town. Wet day, Hurricanes to blow Waratahs away. What's your feeling, guys? I think they're going to keep it close. Not just because they've scored now. I think the way that they started this match showed that if the Hurricanes can't get possession, they might be in a bit of trouble. And look at Sharp Amos. Shout out to the King Weird Boys for me and my sons. The King Weird Boys. Is that like a group of some sort? And he's grounded. Have he placed it down before going into touch? That's a compliment to them, lads, says Connor. Yeah, it should be exciting to play a bit of cricket tomorrow as long as it doesn't rain. So that is why we aren't doing Rebels versus Chiefs, but we will be back for the Blues versus Crusaders. Then George, this fella, he'll be joining me more than likely for Brumbies versus Waratahs. Brumbies Moana Pacifica.
I might be working.
At 9:35 p.m. That's a rough day, isn't it?
Kick.
That's a great kick. Make the score 12 points to 10 now. And then
that's a rough day.
Yeah, if you work until 9:35.
Yeah, I could be.
Yeah. And then alongside that, he might join me for one or two of the Six Nations games.
Yeah, I'd be keen to.
Yeah.
But it just depends on what I'm doing.
If he's working, yeah. Not one at Lassie. Makes that one nicely. I'll probably stream a game. Maybe I just on my own, says Amelia, 37 tomorrow. And if you call us British, claim famous Irish athletes as British, then that's very personal, says Connor. Kind of same as calling Kiwis Aussies. And Hurricanes are going to blow them out of the park, says Justin. And not just because it's extremely windy at the moment, as we've seen by the amount of rubbish drifting across the ground. Hey, Hamish, I'm home from school. Well, been home for an hour, says Xavier there. Oh, through the hands of Kenny Nahola.
Where's Xavier from?
Xavier, I believe. Oh, now I'm going to butcher this because, you might. Xavier, you from? No, my brain's gone blank because he came back from being away for ages, and I'm trying to remember the country. It's a shorter name.
I was going to say, if you just finished school.
It's not New Zealand. No, it's Australia. Okay, well, it wasn't what I thought it was. I'm thinking of the other Xavier.
Australia.
I think we've got an Xavier from Oman.
Yeah.
No, Joss is from Oman. The other Xavier was from Yemen, I think. And I just want it to cool down so darn bad. It's autumn. It's meant to be cold down my way. And what job makes you work at 9:30 on a Saturday night?
Tractor driving, that's what? Farming.
Boom. He's a hard-working Myer contracting.
Yeah.
One of those, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to hook me up with one of them shirts.
No.
It's free sponsorship if I wear it on a string.
It doesn't work like that. Daniel's getting one.
Is he?
He's got a jersey.
Yeah, oh, careful. Don't kick everything down. And put your hands up. This is a robbery. Or what? No, 27 minutes through. Safa Moore throws it into Zaya Walker Leowity. Now back over to the right-hand side. Proctor looping round. Here comes Fergus Burke.
1-1.
In fact, it's Brett Cameron. I keep confusing the two. They look very similar.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
And they both used to play for the Crusaders. Only one of them remain now. It's going to be Barrett. Crossed to Savia. Thought about selling his massive dummy. Driven backwards in the tackle for half a second by Harry Johnson Holmes. Lomax does well to hang on to that ball. Burke. In fact, it's not Burke. It's Cameron. Kenny Naholo over the line. Scores a try, and the Hurricanes have got it again. I couldn't hear the question. It was buffering, says Xavier. I don't think there was a question in there. You guys are a bit behind, says Baxter. Are we? Whoops. We will be now. I just froze it. We're on Sky Sport now. That may be why. We're about 30 seconds behind, and then plus an extra maybe 10 or 15 for the stream. So that's why we do seem a little bit back a tad. And your boy says Zach. And yeah, Kenny, my Taranaki boy. Hey, Baxter, do you think if we end up playing you guys in our second game, any of your umpires will want to wear a GoPro? Just asking for a friend.
Ask for money, Baxter.
Don't ask for money, Baxter.
Ask for money.
Now, Proctor across the Devon Flanders. So that was it was a relatively stock standard finish for a 120 kg winger. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Let's drive it the line. Good try.
Yeah.
You asked where I was from, yeah. And you said Australia. That was the only question. And there, 100% wear a GoPro. Although it's got to be your umpire, I think, is the tricky one, just so that we have that second camera angle while either you're batting or bowling. I think it's normally if your umpire's out there, it's while you're batting. I umpire a lot. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. It always looks cool having the umpire cam.
Yeah.
Just because you get to see the game a bit better.
Damn,
Jordan, coming round,
that's
thank
the second
you.
one. That's the second one that he's happy about that. He's like,
very happy.
I've got to get lots of money. Big contract.
The thing is he ever going to leave the Hurricanes, do you?
How old is he?
He's like 27?
Well, I mean, he might be on his last. He will stay until the World Cup. He might be leaving after the World Cup. I mean, how old's Bowden?
Bowden's a bit older.
He's like 30 or something, isn't he now?
Somewhere around there. Which
And
he
he's
still
off to
seems
Japan,
so
isn't
young,
he?
doesn't
He's
he?
off to Japan, isn't he?
And also, even one-day cricket was abandoned due to weather in Port Elizabeth. Any Fijians on the field, says Octo Dad. At the moment, Kenina Holo. Alongside him.
I don't know. Nadola, is he from Fiji?
Yeah. So Namani Nadola and Kenina Holo, I think, are the only two Fijians.
I wouldn't know. I know there's quite a lot of Pacific Islanders, but I don't know whether,
I think the rest are Samoan and Tongan, at least a majority anyway.
What about Savea, Tongan?
He's
Tongan, isn't he?
He's either Samoan or Tongan, isn't he? I think drop ball.
Damn,
I always mix him up. Unfortunately, Savia. Nice big run. So I think he speaks Samoan. So I think he might be Samoan. Maybe. George, you need to join the local rugby team and film and react to your games.
Huh. Yeah.
You play a bit of rugby, do you?
Yeah.
Surely George plays tomorrow. I think we are short, or we were short anyway, but George doesn't really play a lot of cricket, do you?
No.
Have you held a ball in your life in a cricket format?
Yeah.
Yeah? Like during a game?
Well, no, I don't play cricket.
No, see? So he's...
I've done it at school.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We should have played more cricket at school. Me, you, George, Daniel and Isaac.
Yeah.
We invented a sports game,
we did. What was it, like rugby cricket or something?
Rugby cricket, yep.
But it was like baseball. How did it work again?
The bowler would grab the ball towards you, and then you had to kick it on the cricket pitch, yeah. Rugby cricket. It never caught on, unfortunately.
I thought it was quite cool.
And we're short as well. You might have to get some fill-ins. See who's backs the blades. Yeah, it's tricky, isn't it? Because I think they were looking at maybe getting 2 of the second graders in, worst comes to worst. But I think we've got 9 for the first game, 10 for the second. That's the last thing I heard anyway. But yeah, it seems to be as soon as the season's over, everyone kind of goes, yep, we're done.
We're done. See you later. Couldn't give a shit.
Running sideways, Josh Morby now 25 metres out from the line. You could play in the opposition team to me.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Whack the ball. You have a good laugh. Film it.
Oh, that's dropped by
Savia's dropped it again.
He's struggling.
He's got the old butter. He's exhausted. He's really out of shape, that boy. He's not doing well. He looks like Kanye West.
He looks like he's put on more muscle, but I feel like that might have
dropped the ball
cost
twice
him.
now. He's not paying attention. Look at him.
You know. See, this one was just a stock standard pass, wasn't it? Like, it was a bit low, but as a professional rugby player, you take those, don't you? Like, it wasn't extremely. Maybe we're being a bit harsh. It wasn't an easy one to catch, but normally they would stick.
Yeah.
Hurricanes have only had 1 handling error. I can think of 2 that Savia has dropped, but you know,
yeah,
it is what it is.
1 off the kickoff, that 1 meter.
Yep. And George, I'm from Ipswich, Queensland, Australia. And good to see George drunk on life and high on oxygen again. Thanks for the commentary, lads.
Cheers.
He's playing 10 and 15 for the Canes. So they have got number 10, Brett Cameron, number 15, Josh Morby.
Yes, absolutely.
And they've still got Geordie Barrett at 12.
Can I go get those hot cross buns?
I mean...
No, I won't.
Well, the good news about the Six Nations being last game finishing at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
That means that it's time for breakfast when it's over.
Yeah.
And we do enjoy a
We
breakfast.
made
don't
some
we?
pancakes last time.
Well,
Shit, yeah.
I made some pancakes.
We did.
You sat at the table.
Sat at the table, bloody ate it all. You wouldn't stop just force feeding me food, man. It was insane.
Yeah. I went, do you want more? And you went, yep.
They were little.
7.5 minutes remaining. I've seen props pick up lower balls, and cheers, guys. Says Cody, welcome in. Yes, rugby cricket. Never forget the great Jonah Lara. Says random stuff in it. And man, I'm so happy for you that the channel is growing fast. Says Java Guru. Thank you very much, mate. Oh, that's a full pass and a knock on too. So now it's going to be the Waratahs with another scrum feed here.
Kiwi Gamer says, were you at the protest in your town this week?
In our town?
Yeah, did you not know about that?
Was it for that Three Waters thing?
No, it was for the incinerator that they're trying to put in down at Small.
Oh.
That big, yeah. I saw it on the local page, and I think I drove through it when it was forming, and I was like, what?
10-pin bowling.
No, I saw it, and I was like, church is busy today on a bloody Wednesday. All those signs.
They're getting in those extra hours.
You know, but, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that whole incinerator thing.
I have no idea what's going on.
Where you guys are, has your councils ever, because they've tried it all in New Zealand, there's a Chinese company that wants to put in a recycling plant where all the recycling in New Zealand goes to this plant and they use it to make, I don't know, electricity or something. And it burns the stuff, and they're trying to do it in our local town. But they've been all over the West Coast, the North Island, they've tried Ashburton, they've tried everywhere. So I was just wondering if you guys in New Zealand, have you ever had this thing of this Chinese company trying to set up an incinerator plant in your backyard? Because it's rude.
And what did you guys think about the Savia gesture thing? It was interesting. Because...
Say what you think, Hamish.
Well...
It was bullshit.
No, well, I can understand why he got a slight ban. I don't think any longer than 1 week would have been justified. But, like, I think I still want to know what the halfback said to him that made him do it. But I don't think we're ever going to find that out. No. I think it's going to be more of the case of whatever the halfback said, he hasn't told anyone what he said. Savia hasn't told anyone what he said either.
If I was Savia, I'd tell the world what he said.
Yeah, but then it just seems like you're petty.
Yeah, but you've been banned. You've already been, you know, put him in the shit. Why not? Like, I
feel like Savia, in a way, though, isn't that type of fellow.
Yeah, but if some little fucker is being racist towards Polynesian players, well, I'm not saying he was.
Allegedly,
he ain't going to stop doing that because he knows he's getting away with it, isn't he? His coach will go to him and say, like, that was wrong, but it kind of worked because you got him banned. You know, he'll start to think, oh, I'll get away with this a little bit. You know, we need to cut that out of the game. You know.
Artie said, sorry, as a heat of the moment, we move on from it. Good evening, guys. Thanks for the content. Says Flying Pan Man. Welcome in, mate. They can't have a situation where they think they can do whatever they want to do on the field is fine unless I say sorry.
Yeah.
Says Xavier.
Like, if it was me and Sansa, I would have had to sit down with the player and I said, what did you say?
Yeah, but if it wasn't mic'd up, he's not going to tell anyone what he said, is he?
He'll be, I said this. I'll be like, well, you know, it's one of those things where to get Savia to react that badly, if he comes out and says, oh, I told him he was fat, like, well, we know you're lying because Savia's not going to threaten to kill you if you call him fat, did he? You know, we know you're lying, so we're not going to punish Savia because you're telling shit. You're talking ass.
Besides cricket, what else are you up to this weekend? Going to Hungy in Palmerston tomorrow. So other than cricket, we've got Super Rugby 2 streams tomorrow night. We've got 3 Six Nations games throughout Sunday morning, Saturday night. Then I get about 3 hours sleep. Then we've got 2 more Super Rugby games. And then I end up probably sleeping and then pouring concrete on Tuesday. Fun.
Now that you're not doing cricket, we go fishing on Thursdays.
We could, yeah.
Earlier than 7:30
Uh-huh.
and Tuesdays.
And Tuesdays.
You know.
Wednesdays were the day that I did have cricket training.
Oh, Wednesdays to Tuesdays.
Yeah. Roy Yard. It's currently a close game at the moment. Good afternoon, gents. Welcome in, Nate. Hope you are doing well. And how was that draw game last week? Very good game from the draw. I hope they follow it up and beat the Reds, because if they don't follow it up and beat the Reds, don't get me wrong, massive win over the Crusaders, but
all for nothing, really, wasn't it? You know,
all for nothing sounds harsh, but all for slightly less feeling for it if they don't beat the Reds. Yeah, they've proven that they've got the ability, and all they need to do is make sure that they don't just play well against good sides. They need to win games up against sides that aren't playing as well. Because if they can do that, they're in the top 8.
But pressure does amazing things.
Pressure makes the diamond.
Jack Paul had pressure put on, he lost. You know, when you think you're meant to lose, I think that puts a little bit of finger in you that says, well, what's going to hurt if I try my best? But if they come out and they say you're meant to win, then it's like, okay, this is pressure that I have not experienced yet. Like, people will be saying that about the Drua. You beat the Crusaders last week. You're statistically kind of meant to beat the Reds this week. And that's the pressure that they'll be like, And that's, you know, what I mean is that sort of pressure doesn't do anyone any good most of the time, to be honest. You know?
Are you going to watch the Aussie-India ODI tonight? I'm going to have a look at it. I won't get to watch the whole thing because I'll be waking up at about 9 a.m. tomorrow, I think, is when I'm going to be up. Or 10. I might get away with 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Get everything set up, get the cricket stuff ready. And mate, Adi was just wiping the sweat off his chin. That's all. Nothing to see here, says the cabbage patch. That's a good kick downfield. Rolls in touch on the halfway line. Line out for the Waratahs. 1 minute remaining in the first half. It has flown by.
Yo, man, we're having chicken for tea at home.
Where'd that come from?
Angry if my dad eats it all.
At least you've got some chocolate hot cross buns, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who will win in a fight, Sonny Bill Williams or Caleb Clark? It's a tricky one because Sonny's had his chin tested a few times. Caleb Clark's not the same frame as Mark Hunt, so that helps. But I don't know. Caleb Clark, we haven't really seen him fight because we haven't really seen him angry. I feel like we'd have to see what he gets like when he's grumpy. See if he's got any fighting prowess, but probably just based off if you win a long fight, you'd probably go Sonny Bill just because you'd think technique would get through that power eventually.
Yeah.
But then that's not saying that Sonny Bill Williams has great technique at times, but it's normally when he's fighting higher caliber fellows that his technique does get a little bit more tested. Nadolo with the grubber down the wing, nicely taken by Morbeck. The ref threw his flag in the end like he was playing the NFL. Is that half time? That is half time. 17 points to 12. Hurricanes, so full of running and energy, needs to stay up. Aussies lost to India. Oh dear. Where was Warner? And who will win? Oh no, I read that one tonight. And Sonny does wrestling. And so he could hit Caleb Clark in the head and knock him out, says Rugby 02. Speaking of running, I ran across the street in socks.
Where was he?
He was across the road. Luckily, he was delivering to the house over there.
Yeah, and that would have been near groceries.
No, this was different street. I saw that they were on one starting with W. But
did you just take this stuff? Or?
Well, they had some good stuff in there. There was bacon. There was a pizza.
Because I'm sure that's what happens a lot whenever you get your groceries. You're like, this isn't here, and that's not there, and it's been given to someone else.
Yeah, so she had butter and some cheese, ham. It was a good bag, but yeah, I realized this was why we were slightly late for the live stream. We ended up, I ran out with a bag that wasn't mine out to the street, across the road, which was not comfy inside, so that didn't feel too bad. It was wet as well.
Yeah, man.
Ran across, went, excuse me, this is mine.
This is mine.
And then
it's not mine.
The funny thing is, I ran away afterwards. Like I handed it to him and he sprinted. So he thought, I don't know what he thought, but he was like, as I was running away, he was like, sorry. I was like, no, all good. Just continued running inside.
The neighbour was like, I'll take that. No, you won't.
Touchy through the flag, still sticks his hand up. Like nothing happens. He's like, oh, 19. Yeah, he was like, oh, no, that's just my hand. Who's faster, Rico Ioane or Will Jordan? I think Will Jordan's effortlessly quick, though.
Yeah.
Like Will Jordan has
moves, shape shifts.
He has a weird running
his
style.
Legs aren't working, but he's moving, quickly.
Yes. And even gents, hope you're well. We're doing very well. And Hamish, brother, get a haircut looking snazzy, mate. Says BTV. Yeah, it's no longer long at the back. It's just normal length, isn't it? Yeah. I think I need another haircut soon, though.
Yeah,
because it's even getting a bit long.
Yeah.
Now, Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to make another trip to Timaru at some point, won't we?
Yeah.
It was fun the other week. Last week. This week, in fact, it was like 4 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
So what do you think of the first half?
Close, isn't it? Yeah.
Anything else of note?
Julian's got to catch the ball.
Yeah.
Namone Nadolo's cool.
Okay.
Rugby, isn't it?
Good. And he must be smiling tonight. Says the snooze.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting how England get on against Ireland.
Yeah.
Do you reckon Ireland's going to smash them? Or I think the English will get that game a lot closer than what people think they will.
They should. But then I think... Because England haven't had a great Six Nations, have they?
No, but I do think if they're going to win a game, it's going to be this one.
And my prediction is 34-27 for the full time of this one. Knights versus Dolphins in the other code. Who we got? Well, the Dolphins have started the NRL season very well. For a side that haven't played in the competition before, they seem to have taken to it like a duck to water.
But Wayne Bennett's their coach, though. So, what have they done? Have they won all their games?
They won their first two. I believe we're up to round 3 now, aren't we? So I think they're undefeated going into this game. Rugby 2 over 100 metres, 200 and 400 metres, says Ruth. I back Rico in a straight sprint, but Will Jordan has better control over his speed, in my opinion. Yeah, he seems to, it kind of tucks up, doesn't he, Will Jordan? He runs like this with the ball in the middle. Yet he's still very quick for a man who doesn't use his arms. Turns into a T-Rex. Yeah. And my food has arrived, says Rugby 02. Nice.
Nice one.
If we had Uber Eats here, it would be lethal.
Oh, man. We'd have food coming to us during the live streams.
And I'll be back. My food has arrived. It says at Rugby 02 and Brumbies Waratahs on the front line looking good. And Richard Morgan is faster than everyone. So is Dougie Howlett.
Shit, yeah.
I had the most fantastic here. Love it.
Shit, yeah.
Have you watched Jonah from Tonga before? I have. Chris Lilly, isn't it?
He's Orangumus. Oh, Jonah, you can't call him Oranga. He's orange here. He's Oranga. Jonah.
I feel like you'd relate to that series quite a bit, would you?
Yeah.
Maybe throwback days of you at school.
Bloody funny. Yeah, a little bit like me at school,
I'm having corn dog for dinner, says Amelia. On a hot dog. Thinking about having a barbecue on about Tuesday.
Why?
Or maybe Monday, just for fun.
What are you going to make?
Just, put some sausages and
I invited?
bacon. I don't know.
Well, barbecues. I mean, you can have a barbecue for yourself, but it's not a barbecue.
Have the family.
Like it's just you using the barbecue, but it's not a barbecue.
No.
It's just you eating food.
You like barbecues, though, don't you?
Shit, yeah. I love barbecues. So does Daniel.
Does he?
He keen's about 7 a week. Every time I use it, hey, you keen for fishing? I'm at a barbecue.
He does go to a lot of barbecues.
He does go to a shitload of barbecue. I think his family have a barbecue for the weekends.
Yeah. Corn dog, sausage, and batter, like Toad in the Hole, says Ruth.
You guys like barbecues?
It's a new food place. I remember when Bowden was thought of as a speedster outside back, way back when, says the Cabbage Patch.
Maybe when he was good. He didn't just piss around at the back like the kids at the back of class.
It's TJ.
TJ.
Perenara.
He's like, remember when I used to be in the All Blacks? Bloody good days.
Waratahs look to exploit Hurricanes with strong left side
It's
attack.
weird. I don't know
What they'll
why
put there.
TJ isn't in the ABs anymore.
He was injured now, but beforehand, I think he just decided he was past it. And he wasn't playing that well in Super Rugby either, or the Bunnings NBC.
And it's amazing because I always thought he was right up there with Aaron Smith.
Mm.
You know, when the Lions toured in 2015, he was there, wasn't he?
Yeah, although that's crazy to think that's 8 years ago.
Or 2015? Something, not 2015. 26, 17?
17 it might have been.
Yeah, he was there, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah. I have a Macca's with Bricky on Tuesday and then going to do errands, then DVD hunting after. What are you going to get from McDonald's, Amelia? Because me and George, we went.
Yeah, we're McDonald's connoisseurs.
Well, I don't know about connoisseurs, we know how to get a few hacks going, don't we?
Yeah.
We know how to cheat.
Right.
Well, not cheat.
You want to do, Amelia? You
We
get
don't want to.
you get a wrap. You get a wrap.
But we ended up going after that Six Nations live stream on Monday morning. We did Scotland Island at 6 a.m. or finished at 6 a.m. We made pancakes. Or I made pancakes.
Then
we went to McDonald's.
That's.
Well, we tried to be productive in terms of what we did up there.
Did
we
do
were
a
looking,
few things, didn't we?
looking for mixes and
you know.
What else did we do? We got some stuff, didn't we? What did we
did.
buy? We bought stuff. We went to the warehouse. That was fantastic.
I bought a jersey.
You bought 2 jerseys.
Have you used your shirts, your high vis ones?
Yeah, I wore it when we did concrete.
Oh, did you feel cool or nah?
No, because I had to control traffic and it was quiet beforehand.
Oh, for the concrete trucks.
Yeah, and then like as soon as the concrete truck was out on the road and I had the shirt on, there's 5 cars coming from both ways. And I
but they will respect you because you're in a high vis. They'll know that you are a man of work, a man of business.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. I think TJ's up there, but Aaron Smith's reputation and Brad Webber's form just drew more eyes, I reckon. You walk up and say, "This is my meal," when they are calling it, when it's actually not. No, that's just
theft, Xavier.
Yeah, that's not
stealing other people's food.
Yeah.
But you can do that.
And I paid $100 and all I got was 1 burger and then they gave me someone else's. Like, I'm calling the police. This is no joke. So you paid $100. You got 1 burger at someone else's dinner called Darren. I'm so mad right now. Well, you're going to have to contact them, I think, Rugby 02. And I like the Mighty McMuffin because it's the best of all 3 of them. A hash brown and a hot chocolate from Macca's Bricky and the orange juice. How much do they charge you for a hash brown in Australia? Weird that we've got a McDonald's ad right now. But how much do they charge you for a hash brown? Because here it's like $3.20. And I was saying to George when we were in there, I was like, "George, my boy, these used to be $1. And George went,
inflation.
Why? Why? And Bricky burger, just so good. But felt like a bag of for the rest of the day. Says aisle 19. The funny thing is, though, one thing my late father and I don't have in common is that he liked coffee and I don't. I haven't eaten until lunch at 9 a.m. And I am, says Rugby 02.
That's breakfast.
Or brunch, depending on the goers.
Definitely not lunch.
Chemist warehouse.
Yeah.
In the middle of the street. We don't have a chemist warehouse, do we? NZ, Macca's hash browns are the best. Do they charge you $1 or do they charge you $2? Like $3.20 or whatever they were here. I was like, "You're serious?" Like, because, you know how it is. Second half, not too far away. $2.60 in Australia. See why? Potatoes aren't that expensive at the moment, are they?
Man.
And you could buy a bag of frozen hash browns. Which has about 10 in it for $7.
Yeah, man.
Like, why not do that?
You know, let's talk about
it. The convenience.
Negotiate as shit. You know?
Yes. Yeah, second 40 should be interesting because I think the Waratahs might score first. You have a quick spell.
Oops.
Just drifted off, did you?
Yeah.
That sounds good, by the way. I wasn't angry because it's part of life. Says Rugby 02. I mean,
Well, it's
I feel
nice.
like you would be slightly angry if you
Shit,
paid
no, that's not
$100
part of
for one
life. You go to
burger.
McDonald's, you get all your food. Go back there and start slapping people.
Well, no, don't do that, allegedly.
George Myers inflicting violence.
And potato shortage affecting us all. That sounds good. I know I read that one. And when I hear Chemist Warehouse now, just think of the show The Breakdown, says the Cabbage Patch. And Attack is Better, says the Snooze. And I already know what DVDs I'm hunting for on Tuesday, says Amelia. We'll probably end up going fishing on Tuesday, won't we?
Could do.
We got to catch a fish, man. We've been slacking. We haven't caught one in like 4 weeks, but we've been about 15 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not even a small one either. Like just nothing. We've hooked 2.
It's a bit shit.
Yeah.
It's a bit shit.
It's quite sad, really, because
It's really shit.
we try really hard.
I think we need to go back to that hole, man, where we caught that one again. We've
Yeah.
got to do it again.
I think we just need the river to be a bit lower. Dad was saying it's about 330 at the moment, so it's not too bad. So
I think we do need to go back there.
yeah.
I'll be keen for the morning shift, though,
Ooh.
because then it doesn't get darker. It gets lighter.
Mm. Do you eat the fish you catch and throw them back? Or throw them back? So if they're small fish, we'll throw them back. George's family ate one that I caught. It's all right, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was all right.
Tastes like fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, but mostly we put them back because they're not big enough. I'm getting Greenland and Last Seen Alive and The Nanny seasons 3 and 4 on DVD. And why is this guy rubbing his knob on the live?
What?
Says Classy. Are you
What?
playing? Oh no, he's playing with his shirt,
Yeah,
but it
no,
does
I'm
look
playing with my
dodgy.
shirt.
It does look very dodgy, doesn't it?
Oh, you're reading into it too much, man.
Or
I
it
want me to
does.
start playing with my knob.
I'd prefer if you didn't.
You know, let's get the dickens.
And here's a car speeding, and then skids into the side of someone's car. Okay, I have my food back. That didn't take very long. And Canes is just above it, says the Snooze. Yeah, they're doing all right. They've had some good moments in this one, but that left wing side is definitely where the trouble starts with Ndolo. Been looking strong this game. Julian Savia's been looking
Shit.
Yeah, he hasn't been going well,
You've been looking shit.
unfortunately. And also, evening you two just walked in. How's the Canes doing? They're doing all right, except they have had a couple crucial handling errors. We've seen Ndolo and Jorgensen score so far for the Waratahs. Barrett's been pretty successful off the kicking tee. But yeah, it's going to be going right down to the wire, I think. And what's the best thing about Switzerland? Don't know. But the flag is big. Plus, we had that one last week.
We heard that one already. Yep.
Waratahs brought back down to earth by the Rebels last week. And also look like they haven't recovered from last week's loss to the Tars. And also I'm still waiting for my food. I'm hoping it's done by the Geelong game. Do you guys miss watching the South African teams? I get to watch them anyway because I cover all the URC games that I can. So I've pretty much, I guess, found it no different Super Rugby-wise because like each week I'm watching the 4 South African sides anyway. And the Curry Cup started back up, so we've been watching them in that as well.
Yeah, bro.
Have you been watching that?
No.
You're testing out the jaw, are you? That's going to be a knock-on from the Waratahs early on in the half. We've hardly seen Michael Hooper.
Yeah.
Been hiding.
He can't see himself.
And wait, I thought we would be able to watch the game too, says Sky Rain. Sadly, due to licensing, any match footage or audio gets you taken straight off YouTube for 3 months with a copyright strike. So due to that, we're unable to show any match footage or audio. But your best bet is either on Sky, Stan, and also a few other places. All you got to do is go on that Super Rugby website and you'll be able to see where to watch for free, which is really not many places, but you'll be able to see where to watch with a subscription. It's your better option.
Yeah, bro.
And who scored so far for the Canes? Kenny Naholo and Cam Roygard, the 2 try scorers so far for the Canes. And also my mate's a Lions fan in the Curry Cup. Says Amelia, I've decided to get chicken kebabs from my local spa. They're pretty tasty and sticky sauce with savoury rice, says Ruth.
Shut your roof.
And also how I'm a Super 14,
Get that
says
meal.
Boderick. And also we have got the agree, and I'm getting grilled for dinner next week before grilled must be the restaurant.
I was going to say, you
yeah. And what do you call an Irishman holding a bottle of champagne after the World Cup final? A waiter. Nice. And didn't Becky saying, is that supposed to be Pakistan? Copyright you on a cricket stream? Not Pakistan, a Sri Lankan YouTube channel did. Even though they also weren't showing the game, but they said that we used their footage of them not showing the game, so that was due a copyright strike.
They did it to shut them up.
Pretty much, yeah.
Which is bad.
Yeah. And also slightly illegal, but we don't hold grudges.
Yeah, we do. No, we do.
Kept in touch now. I mean, the fact, though, that they had a few thousand watching theirs and I had 15 and they felt they had to get rid of mine so that those 15 regulars would go on to theirs was a bit funny.
So what?
Also, so was the Sri Lankan big...
Is it really illegal?
Well, falsely copyright striking something is.
So
And if
how
we-
would you report them, or?
Well, if we really had the time and effort to want to, we could have. Because eventually those channels, what they don't realize is if they falsely copyright strike enough people, they get their channel terminated.
Yeah.
Which
That's
wouldn't
if
be...
people like you report it.
Yeah.
Like you got to bloody sit back and let YouTube know that. You know.
And also Richard Hardwick turnovers was like all over the TARS fought back. Expect the TARS to bounce back. And this is my dinner. That's a lot of food, Romeo. I see why it costs you $100.
Damn, son.
And Jake Gordon goes off to the right-hand side, wide cut-out pass. Hope you're doing well, Johnny. Hope you're excited for the Chiefs game tomorrow up against the Reds as well. Are you going to it? I don't think you've been to a game this year. Are you going to consider any of them? They're undefeated at the moment. Harry Johnson Holmes. Yep. Nice step. Good offload. Oh, nicely slapped bit down, but Geordie Barrett got in the way, so that's going to be a knock-on against the Hurricanes. At least it should be. And now instead they're going to go for the knock-on against the Waratahs. Ndolo's seen the knock-on that I've seen. No one else has, though. I could never be one of those security guards at the game. I'd want to turn around and watch the game rather than the crowd.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly right, yeah. And what are you guys out in the shed thingy? The bachelor pad? No, this is the lounge. It's changed a bit, though. Mainly because of paint. But lights up there. And they're going to get installed at some stage, hopefully this week, and then we're having the bit of a rearrange. But yeah, we're back in the lounge for now. We were going to have a lot of videos coming up on the channel, whether that is gaming, whether that is random stuff that we're doing. We've got a frisbee golf video coming out on about Tuesday.
Yeah.
Martin says, all 19. And me and my friend are going to eat that together.
Shit,
and also, who's your... Oh, I see why you said Martin for who's your AB's number 12. I think Geordie Barrett should have it, to be honest. Like, Havili at times plays well, but I don't think he's currently in the form that they want him to be in. Yeah. Is that all gone, is it?
Yeah.
It's a bit of a shame.
Yeah.
Other game says Daniel. I would go to the Chiefs... Or I would go to the Chiefs at Waikato Stadium when they play the good teams. Landers and Rebels are meh. Happy to pass up on that, says Marco.
Mid, bruv.
And so your parents have paid off their mortgage and now spending money renovating, says Novmum. Yeah, I think they've had the mortgage paid off for ages.
Yeah, it should have, yeah.
Yeah, I think. I'm not sure when they would have finished paying off the mortgage. It's been a long time, though, I believe.
How old were they when they bought this house?
We moved here about 20 years ago.
So when was that?
20 years ago, so like 2000? No, never mind, 2003, 2002?
Yeah.
I think they've finished. Surely.
Yeah, they would have.
I haven't heard anything
because they would have had a house before that one, though.
Yeah, so I think they just sold the house in Christchurch and then came down here.
Move down here?
Just quiet in that family here.
Oh, so why were they in Christchurch?
Busy in it. No family. Just jobs, I think. Dad was working for a bigger building firm. Mum was working as a receptionist or like doing some sort of books for truckies.
Yeah.
And whatnot. And also, I'm off to the Chiefs game tomorrow, taking it week by week due to me having chemo. Says Mum and Barrett number 10 and Barrett number 12. I don't know. Is that too much Barrett in a sandwich?
I don't know if I like Barrett at 10. I prefer it at 15.
Yeah.
And mine at 10.
Ooh.
With maybe even D-Mac ahead of Barrett.
D-Mac.
Or anyone else but Barrett. Because I don't like him at 10.
I'm still standing by the same motto. I don't care if the rules win or lose. As long as we don't go down without a fight, I'm happy. As I was having in the game, says Samuel Wong. At the moment, we have got a bit of a stoppage, another scrum reset.
It's pretty stop
At the
and
moment,
go.
they've had about 5 knock-ons in the first 6 minutes of the second half.
No one's really getting going, to be honest, at this age. Why is it
Could you live in Auckland? Not financially. For myself, anyway.
I don't know if I could live in Auckland even if I had the money.
No, it'd be
It doesn't sound like fun.
busy.
It'd be
It's
busy. Yeah, like maybe if you're ultra wealthy and you flew to work in a bloody helicopter, but it just sounds like one big clusterfuck. You know what I mean? Like,
I feel like anything that's in Auckland, the only reason I'd move to Auckland is for a job.
yeah.
Other than that, though, I don't think I'd live there on choice.
It's interesting when you hear about people leaving Auckland because of the housing and they realise there's the whole country outside of Auckland. You know? We've got a farm that we do work for, and the farmer has just taken over from his dad, and his girlfriend moved from Auckland. She can't believe how life works outside of Auckland. It's insane.
Well, we just have room, don't we?
Yeah,
Like-
room and less traffic and less people, and she said like just it's like a different country. She said you move from Auckland to the South Island, it's like you left New Zealand and left, you know. She said she just didn't quite understand, you know.
Yeah.
And she said the weirdest thing was, did you know in Auckland, I think at times they get different media to us. Did you know that?
No.
So like News Hub will have a different storyline to what us in the South Island get. She said, yeah, I was like, oh, what do you mean? She said, oh, well, we just got different news.
Yeah. Are your best online mates live in Auckland, don't they? 2 Cents and Tony and Distracted Sports. Yeah, so I'm probably going to go up to Auckland for a holiday at some point. But I don't think I'd live there.
Yeah.
Just because, like, in terms of our section size, like, it's not huge.
No.
But in Auckland, this would have 5 houses on it.
Yeah, yeah,
And they'd all be selling for $1 million.
yeah.
Down here, you just, you know, I ran out onto the road earlier on chasing down the countdown van because it delivered the wrong groceries. And like they tried to give us an extra package that wasn't mine.
Yeah.
So I sprinted out there. I would have got hit by a car if I lived in Auckland, which would have been unfortunate. The food would have gone everywhere. But, you know, like we have 5 cars drive past every once in a while. That's about it. You know, if you're going to play for one rugby team out of Ireland or France and what position that means both of you, it was me. I would be number 11 and 14. So if I was going to play for Ireland or France, yep, we've seen it Rugby 02. I mean, I'd probably go with, I'd play for Ireland and be number 11 just because I can do the James Lowe scenario, can't I? Hey? Or Jameson Gibson Park could play 9. Both Kiwis. How expensive is your town to buy a house? Like, it's gone up a little bit in recent times, but I think it's starting to go back down. Like, it's probably average house
You can get a
350,000.
very good house for 500k. Whereas in Auckland, you get that 500k, you're not getting a great house. You're getting a 1-bedroom shithole. You know?
Yes. And my section is 1,000 square metre, huge for Auckland, says John Warren, sorry. It's an important question. Got asked 35 times, says R19. Yeah. Yeah, it did.
Yeah, don't do that again, bud.
Unfortunately, we missed a few of the other messages because that one was going through so many times. So we do apologise for the messages that we did end up missing. That's going to be a good kick of mine. I think Cam Roygaard's going to get to this one, picks it up, and that's brilliant defence from Jorgensen. I think that's going to be awarded as a try, is it? Where was the ref going? No, he said try.
Well, we're going to look at it.
No, he straight up said it's down. Roygaard's got 2 for the match. He's on fire. He had 2 tries tonight in his career. He's only got 3. Wait, what's your town again? Well, it's halfway in between Timaru and Oamaru. We don't want to tell everyone, or else everyone will move here and the price will go up. Why not? That's how it works, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like where we live.
Yeah, it's all right. Does the job. Stormers and the Sharks, Kawasi, says Nate. In conclusion, housing is pretty effed everywhere. Some places are more effed than others, says the Cabbage Patch.
Yeah, within reason.
How many club rugby teams in your town? Like big adult, like senior rugby, 1.
Yeah, I did.
Got it down there, I guess.
I don't know. That definitely deserved a second look.
I will come and buy 5 houses, says John.
You probably could, John. Like, in all fairness, you could easily buy at least 2 houses here if you sold your house in Auckland.
And Nate Stormers and Blues, rough, powerful, like the ocean. Nor as they go the Hurricanes, says Daniel, and Loghead Secret, says Annoy there. Now it's going to be Geordie Barrett. Lining up this kick. 28 minutes remaining at the moment. Roygaard having to hold the ball on the kicking tee, letting the wind. That didn't look like the wind blew as much for that one. It's going to be staying out to the side, and that will remain as 22 points to 12 at the moment in the scorebook. But we're seeing a lot of the situations of tries being scored off massive mistakes by the opposition.
Yeah.
You know? And also sounded like a contentious finish, no TMO, eh? You see, he rotated over in the end, but it did still, from our angle.
We still didn't see a definite put down, though, did we?
No, I assumed that because the ref ran right round the back, he must have seen it.
Yeah, I mean, you'd hope so.
How's it cheap? How far away are you from Super Rugby clubs to watch live games, says Xavier? I mean, if we're working on how far away we are from a Super Rugby game, you're like 2.5 hours, but...
We've got Dunedin and then Christchurch.
Yeah.
So we've got the option of the Highlanders or the Crusaders.
Mm.
And it's 2.5 hours, you know.
So, I mean, if you were a sports fanatic who had to, like, one of your stipulations of where you wanted to live meant you were able to go watch a Super Rugby game every once in a while,
yeah,
you'd probably, like, depending on the price, you literally...
live in Christchurch.
You're looking at probably an extra $200,000 or $300,000 just to be able to get yourself a season pass for $50 to then go to some games. Yeah. So it's like, is it worth just driving up the extra hour or so when the time comes? Yeah. Come on, the Tars. Could I handle the cold? Depends, John. How good are your socks? I got some pretty thick ones at the moment. That's from the road, all those marks underneath.
You're a tough man.
I don't know why I ran out onto the road in socks, though. Like,
you got hit by a car and didn't die, I would laugh.
You just have to make sure I didn't die first.
You're right, Hamish. He's not dead. Silly boy. Hey, you don't like cars. How are your kneecaps? Yeah.
And I love seeing a jersey swap on a prop. The real rugby player says, 19. Now, Geordie Barrett passes out. Prop that quick hands to Josh Morby. They've got Kenny Naholo with them. Now finds the offload. Here comes Kenny Naholo accelerating, breaking through. Michael Hooper scores the try. Kenny Naholo's got another.
Starting to get away from the Waratahs.
Have the Hurricanes got a bonus point yet? Not quite, but they are getting a little bit closer now. They need one more try on top of this. Then they'll have that bonus point.
John says he can drive to Hamilton in 1 hour. Hamilton's a shithole. I'm just joking. Shit. Calm down.
I worked in a Wellington hostel back in the day, and during the sevens, 1 year, all our stuff was stolen from the staff room. And you got a faster car than me, says John. And you're streaming tomorrow, Amelia. Why did Adi Savia get suspended? He got suspended because he told the fella that he was going to try and...
kill him.
Yeah.
Cut your throat and cut your head off. ISIS.
No. That was a good run from Kenny Naholo, though. Yeah. It's the battle with the wingers at the moment, the big boys.
What do you reckon is going to happen with him? Do you reckon he'll get an All Blacks fuller?
Nah.
Well, if he carries on like this, he might, wouldn't he?
Yeah, but Salisi Reasi for the Hurricanes has done some good stuff in the past, and, you know, he still hasn't got it.
Cup call up, isn't it?
If Auckland is shit, then Hamilton is the poo nugget that follows, says 19. And is he Naholo's relative? He is. He's Waisaki Naholo's brother. You all right?
Yeah, man.
Malfunction?
But like where we live, Queenstown's a 2.5 hour drive, 3 hour drive.
Mm-hmm.
Christchurch is 2 hours. Dunedin's.
Oh, that's the cell phone ringing. Not
that's not my phone.
No, since when is your ringtone being Bob the Builder?
I didn't know it was a ringtone. It was some, you know.
Hopefully it doesn't get copyright claimed with the music in the background. Us, or yous must be millionaires, says Master Mull. Us, no, far from it.
Hamish makes nothing off this YouTube channel.
That's why I work another job during the week, because I have to pay for the weekends.
Yeah.
In fact, a lot of weekends I probably spend more money on YouTube than YouTube makes me.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, that's why when people go, you must do it for the money, don't you? I go, why would I stay up for 30 hours on the weekend?
And make $100.
Not even that. Why would I stay up for 30 hours and pay $100 to then be able to?
Are you paying $100?
Just for either live streaming software or for, I guess, maintenance costs overall.
There's another drop ball.
That's another drop ball, yeah. Plus not working on a Monday because I'm sleeping is the kicker as well. And Rich Streamer says, John, no. The camera's held up on one shoebox and a cardboard box that has tape dangling off it. And it's the table made of jib board.
Master Mouse says 100 an hour is good.
No, not 100.
$100 an hour, Master Mouse. That's $100 over 2 weekends of streaming.
Yeah.
Which is shit all. Do you guys know that for a minimum wage worker doing 50 an hour, 50 hours a week, it's $4,000 a month?
Wow.
So Hamish, how much do you make a month? $1,000? If that? What, 500? $300?
It's just getting sad now. It's going to be nicely taken by the Waratahs. Rolling forward. That's why we need our life hacks at Macca's, isn't it? Yeah, save the money. Jake Gordon going off to the left-hand side. Donaldson, nice spin there from Perezi. Now Donaldson once again looping around. No, taken down by Geordie Barrett. Now another offload from Nawaqanetawasi. This looks like the Waratahs are not too far off getting a try of their own.
If they can get their shit together and get the ball.
Yeah, and hang on to it.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. And also champions again. Maybe also they've croaked over most teams so far. Says Ruth. And Kiwi lads do it for the love of the game. Big up. Says at the Cabbage Patch. It'll happen one day. Pump the tars. And can you get Uber Eats in your town? No, we can't. Sadly. Like, we can deliver some stuff, but not a lot.
Is it a bad thing, though?
Not really.
Like, I feel like if we got Uber Eats, we'd just spend too much money on food. Like, it's funny like that, isn't it?
And bro, your old man has you on slave wages, so you can report him to Osh. No, he pays me all right. I always say, if I wasn't working for my dad and it was a random other builder, I would have been sacked like 7 times by now. So, pretty lucky in that regard. Because, boy, I'm terrible at times. It's like, we were doing the concrete the other day and I was putting down the chairs, you know.
The chairs, what's the chairs?
The little plastic parts that go under to hold the mesh up.
Oh, yeah.
So I was putting them in and put them around the wrong way because there was a thin divot in them about that deep, and then there was a divot about that deep. I was supposed to put it in that deep. Also took me gumboots off and had me socks on so I could fit my feet through the mesh to be able to pick it up. And yeah, I was thinking, I would have been fired by now. This was anyone else. Yeah, and that's true. It does rope you in. It heaps of food reminders and Uber Eats offers constantly. Waste of cash, says Annoy.
Yeah, no, like with me and Hamish, we drive half an hour to Timaru to get food. And like we're still keen to get junk food, but like we don't have a fast food place in our hometown, like at McDonald's. We have to drive to Timaru. But if we had Uber Eats, we'd have something ordered right now and it'd be ready for after the stream.
Yeah.
And every night we do a stream, it would probably be the same thing, you know? So.
Which is also why being in a small town is not a bad thing. This is about the 15th scrum for the second half. Yeah. At the moment, Jamie Booth.
It's interesting because I think it's one of those things where a lot of people from the city are like, I can never live in a small town. But
22.
Yeah. Yeah, but then they sort of move to a small town. They realise there's a little bit more living. You know? It's interesting.
Like, we can go to the local park and go for a walk or something, and we'll see 2 people.
Yeah.
Whereas if you do that in a big city, you're seeing like hundreds.
But it's not just that. The thing that would annoy me the most is like when we go to Christchurch and we're keen to do something, it'll take you an hour to get across the city. You know what I mean? And that's because of traffic. Whereas if I decide after the stream I want to go to the supermarket, I'm there within 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Like,
although it's closed at the moment.
It's closed at the moment, but you know.
Nice run from Brett Cameron. 5 minutes out. Do you think the Hurricanes are going to score again here? I think they're getting close.
They're starting to get away with it, aren't they?
They're one try away from the bonus point. Although that's a great turnover in the breakdown. Tane Edmund now running hard. This sounds like a good place to me. So there's John there. Yeah, I think it's like, it's just once you get into that big city, you kind of get used to waiting, don't you?
Yeah.
To a certain extent. Whereas here, like, even if we drive 30 minutes up the road, like, we won't see a huge amount of cars, won't be, like, logged anywhere.
Yeah.
But you got to wait for ages. It's just kind of just go.
It's also, like, around here, snowboarding, skiing, it's all within 2-3 hours drive. Hunting, going to lakes, wakeboarding, anything like that, 2-hour drive up the road. Rivers, you buy a jet boat, you go rivers, fishing, that's one of the things I love about our location is, you live in the middle of Auckland, it's a 3-hour drive just to go, fishing or something, So.
Hurricanes now with another line break. I think they're probably only a couple minutes away from bonus point. Definitely if Kenny Naholo chases. Oh, no, he's dropped it. He has put it down, unfortunately. Looks like he's hurt himself in the process as well. Maybe the knee. Bit of cramp there.
Oh, no.
At the moment for him. And also, over the traffic here, says John, why is there only one game tonight when there's normally two? It is because there's going to be 2 on Sunday. The main difference. So it is going to be the Highlanders versus Western Force at about 3:30 on Sunday, and then the Reds versus Fiji and Drua taking place after that. Try the motorways up here in Auckland in the mornings and afternoons. Need your weed to put up with it. Says Nazi Williams. Yeah. I feel like traffic's one of those things. You'd suck in traffic.
I hate traffic.
I know you hate traffic.
It's just shit. I just get so sick of people doing stupid shit.
If there's one person in front of us driving 3 Ks under the speed limit, George goes, come on.
They don't have an excuse to go slow. We were following a van the other day, and Hamish was like, it's a van. I'm like, it's a transit van. These are quicker than my car. And he was going 90, 85, 90. I was like, why? It goes to 100 for a reason. Just put in cruise control, you pussy. Just drive. Shit. It's not hard, No, just leave him. We're going to pass him.
Yeah, we were turning like a minute down the road. So I was like, yeah, we're good.
Yeah,
we just had to
down the road.
Turn left and go to the turn off towards our fishing spot.
No.
Yeah. It was on that corner. That corner? Because you had gone slightly further that way.
No, I don't know if you're on.
So it's probably 2 minutes, maybe.
No, I'm pretty sure we passed them like near Perora.
No, this was on the way to fishing.
Nah, this is on that day on the way back from Timaru, the van. I don't think you're going to move it, mate. You need to sort your brain out.
Gordon with the ball, eh? Waratahs going good. Language says, yeah, I apologise for George's language. He forgets where he is sometimes.
I'm only human.
Oh, it's a loose ball. Donaldson able to clean it up.
Ooh.
It also, we have got there, lol. I would love some small town traffic. Melbourne is shaking. And what are the current standings, please? Hamish says, Daniel, so at the top of the bunch, there is the Chiefs. Highlanders at the bottom of the bunch at the moment, the way that it sits. Oh, that's going to be a penalty to the Waratahs. But currently, the Hurricanes, I believe they're in about 5th. I'll just get the full table up. And sounds good, that mellow lifestyle. But less woman to pick up from that Orcs, right? Don't want to be dating your cousins, etc. Yeah, that's true. Everyone's related here. Yeah, if you've seen George's cousin, you might say otherwise. Super Rugby table at the moment. We'll have to get her on for a live stream one day, won't we?
A pod.
Yeah, get her on for the podcast. you just ask yourself, is it wrong to like you? So it's Chiefs in first, Brumbies, then Blues, then Hurricanes, the Drua in 5th, Force, Waratahs, Crusaders. That's your top 8. Has George got chalky milk?
I did. It's now just an empty container.
Yeah. It's just quite sad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Puhoi, was it?
Yeah, man. Do you guys have Puhoi in the North Island? You will, won't you?
Surely.
Surely. It's like a North Island brand, I think.
Looks like the penalty.
Oh!
In fact, the line out. No, sorry, the scrum is going to go the way of the Waratahs. Another drop ball here. That 7 is a work.
Fifth cousin ideal, says John. You know, so they really related to you with his fifth, sixth cousin, you know.
Can you please do some Curry Cup tonight, says Aiden. I believe I'll have a look at the Curry Cup schedule, but I believe that the Curry Cup will be overlapping with when I'm sleeping before cricket tomorrow. But if it was the next night, yeah, tomorrow at 4:05 a.m., 6 a.m., it's unfortunately at the wrong time this week to be able to cover. And then Requas versus Sharks at 3 a.m. on Monday. I don't know. Could be. Not sure about that one. That might be during the time near the Six Nations. Unless that's over, that's going to be a knock-on this time from Michael Hooper. And also wait for the second channel, the Kiwi Cousins, says the Cabbage Patch. Boy is 10 minutes from North Shore. There you go.
Yeah, I thought, I don't know if it's Puhoi Valley, so I don't know if that's that place. You know, support your current New Zealanders. I don't know. What are you looking at?
Just reading. We'll say something. say
Right, yeah, Puhoi Valley, 275 Aurora Road, Puhoi, New Zealand.
There you go.
You know, ha-ha.
13 minutes remaining currently. Oh, that's got to hurt, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't hurt at all.
That's because you drink plenty of milk. So calcium. Strong bones, good teeth.
I can throw a brick at my own face and couldn't feel it.
Do it.
You know, where's the brick? Can I grab that middle thing and put that in my eyeball?
No, I wouldn't. It's a bit sharp.
I won't feel it. Plenty of calcium.
Can we heat it up first?
What about I eat an entire plate of spaghetti?
But
calcium.
You eat the plate too?
Yeah. Like, you know.
Goddard's on the field now. He's replacing Jake Gordon. A 40-second knock on. Yeah, there's a lot so far throughout this match. Both sides' handling has been a bit lackluster.
Yeah, but shit.
I'd say. Also, Josh Peterman, aka the Phantom in Australia, when he helped me, I found it easy to open up to him and let my walls down because I didn't really have much choice but to trust him in order for him to help me.
Who's the Phantom again?
It's Phantom of the Opera, the show. Duplessis Karefi looks like his night's going to be over now. Brian Aosi making his way out there. We'll probably end up going to McDonald's at some point this week, won't we?
I don't know about that.
Or we'll end up going either fishing or Macca's. That'll be our goal. Get out of the house a wee bit. Nice run from Kenny.
You're the only one that stays in your house.
Yeah. You all right?
I mean, I spent 9 hours out of the house today.
That's good. That's good. Okay, penalty goes the way of the Hurricanes again. Xavier clapping his hands. That's better
I've
than...
spent so much time out of the house, I want to go back into the house.
Really?
Yeah.
Good. And is that because there's also chicken there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, I hope that chicken's on.
Did I get chicken today?
I'm going to be pissed if Dad's eating all that chicken, man. I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be really angry.
I think I bought a roast chicken.
Take it out on the family. Did you buy a Did you
I think I bought a roast chicken. It might have been underneath all the other stuff, but if it's not, then it's sitting in the kitchen on the floor.
No, it wasn't there when I threw.
Did you go through my bags?
No, just the one that it wasn't on the floor when I put the bag on the floor.
God.
That's what I was meaning. I've just noticed the hot cross buns.
Kiwis typically shag their cousins if they're hot. No, no.
Hold up, your cousin is like a 10. Hold on, right? But she's like your 6th cousin. Okay, what's your opinion?
Dane Cole scores
Marco
for the Hurricanes.
What are you saying here, bro? Are you saying yes? Is she coming? You know.
I mean, Marco. Wait,
she's a Margot Robbie lookalike. Oh, yeah, he'll do it. He's a player. So Marco, right? She's like a solid 10. She's a Margot Robbie lookalike. She's your 6th cousin, right? You don't even know who parents. Your parents don't know who parents. You know, who cares, right? You going there?
It's going to be last name's different. Sure, why not? What is the population of the town? I think we've got about 6,000.
Yeah.
Somewhere around
That's
there.
going up.
That's including rural as well.
When the earthquakes hit Christchurch, we had a lot of people turn up, but I think slowly they're drifting back to Christchurch. See, Christchurch would be a place I'd live. You know, nice lifestyle in Christchurch.
We got a Copeland's.
Yeah. Yeah, and they got lots of shit outside of it. You know, snowboarding, hunting, fishing, jeep boating rivers, you know, seas right there. Like, you know, good location in New Zealand, around about in the middle of New Zealand. Airport, but then Queenstown is like a 5-6 hour drive, so it's Dunedin. So,
well, if you got an airport, you fly there, don't you?
Yeah, but that could be like $300 or $400 for a flight.
True.
So, you know, but yeah, fuel's still, you know, definitely, you know, but.
Hell yeah, we all bricked up and in there instantly. I used to live in Papua Nui, says John.
Hell yeah, we all bricked up.
Tony takes it nicely. Currently, the bonus point is in favour of the Hurricanes. 8 minutes remaining in this contest.
Who else would do their cousin voices?
That's an interesting point for anyone who just tuned in. Hello, everyone. I need the Tars to score try and make my margin close. Although that would take away from a bonus point for the Hurricanes, which I don't think the Hurricanes would be too happy about. Or if he found the offload to that man running through at 1,000 miles an hour, she could have been on for young and old.
Yeah.
Nice run from Isaiah Parisi. Finds his offload this time to Will Harris. Well, that ball didn't get knocked on the ground. It's a penalty to the Hurricanes.
Timaroo spelt back versus you ran it. Yeah, man. And you do. You just do it. You ran the shit out of it.
7.5 minutes remain.
Yeah.
At the moment.
What was it?
Oh, just thinking. Rick Cameron, kicking it into touch. So I should mention the games that we are covering tomorrow. It is going to be the Blues versus Crusaders. We are missing Chiefs versus Rebels, but we will be doing Blues versus Crusaders and Brumbies versus Moana Pacifica. Then we got the 3 Six Nations game. Knights, Kiwi Brants, just do your cousins. Just go fetch. You got to get all the watches to give you $10, says John there. You got to get all the watches to give you $10. Oh, all the viewers. And show us the game. That's one we haven't had in a while. We're actually not allowed to. My mum told me off last time I showed the game. Lenny Gleeson's going to run through and the Waratahs going to be scoring the try.
Well, you once showed the game.
No.
Oh.
No, you missed that one. Lenny Gleeson scored, so Novmum will be happy. The Hurricanes not so much. Press F for respect. Those who picked the Crusaders last week against the Drua for their minutes. Or their multis. Yeah, that would have hurt.
Rest in peace.
Definitely because the Crusaders would have been playing hardly anything. So it's like,
Yeah.
And George giving out life lessons to our young male viewers. Cheer, brother.
I'm the next Andrew Tate.
I don't know whether you want to be.
No.
Do you like prison, do you? Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prison's a good place to be. Jordan Peterson. It's interesting. He got just as big as Tate as well. Talks at home. Prison.
Okay, so he actually decided that he's going to ditch the tee and go for the drop kick instead.
And he missed.
And he missed from 5 meters out.
Silly man.
And I was how much time left. Says Jet, currently we have got 5.5 minutes remaining on the clock. It's not much time at all, but a nice late try from Lenny Gleeson.
Good work.
Taking some deep breaths. He's worked hard throughout this match. And private donations off Screw YouTube, says John. And events has been better than the two. Or better of the two. Says this news.
He was out. What's that guy doing?
He's running.
He's stupid.
Josh Morby.
He caught the ball when his foot was out and he just ran. And he was going to score. What a dumb. No, just messing with you. Just messing with you, bro.
Where is it?
Just messing with your shit.
To be fair, he started in the field of play.
Cool. Ready? Yeah.
Yeah, well, he got rid of it relatively quickly.
No, he didn't. It was out.
Now, Latu. Put the ball in for the Waratahs. Throw it, nicely taken. Now Hooper goes across to Parisi in the midfield. I'm just looking at this strategically. Waratahs need 10 more points to get their bonus point here.
Why?
Oh, that one's
In the
smacking Morby in the
face.
face. And it's going to keep on rolling.
Give it
Goes
to your
across
mate.
to
Give
Aidan
him the
Morgan.
bombs.
Passes back to Morby. That was well done
Yeah.
from those two. Hasn't got the biggest kick in the world, but it has managed to go down just a little bit further. Have you got a countdown there? No. No, we don't. But it is 30 minutes away.
New World.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. New World's pretty good for a small town.
Oh, straight on the forehead.
Oh, that would hurt.
Donked him. He went, ow. But then he had to remember what he was doing, which was getting that ball.
Getting that cash.
Yeah.
You know what it looks like.
Kind of looks like Ben O'Keefe. If Ben O'Keefe went through a gothic stage.
Yeah. Looks like
Latu throws it in. Iones Bro says, Ryan, welcome in. And I was about time the Hurricanes pull away, although it looks like the Waratahs may be able to get themselves another try. They're only 5 minutes out from the line, finding the offload of Will Harris. 3.5 minutes remain. Still quite the margin between these two sides, 17 points.
Backwards, you know.
Now Goddard going off to Michael Hooper. Goddard
They're
again.
not really getting close. They've sort of just piddled around.
Oh, that's great work, though. Over the ball, winning the penalty
Here
for
we
the
go.
Hurricanes.
Australian Rugby Union, everybody.
And also, we have got there, come on, game, says Jet. And also, no more tries, please, says Novmum. And then they do the same here in South Africa, says Ruth. Falcon says all 19. Right, looks like Noah Klanetawasi's got some water in his mouth. Might have gotten smacked in the chin.
Yeah.
Just before.
Smack a bit.
No more, says Jet. So, yeah, currently the way that it sits, the Hurricanes would not receive a bonus point.
Sit there, commentating.
What? All right. Just know that in like 3 minutes you get some chocolate.
Mate, you have a break, okay? I've got this, all right.
Okay.
It's a line out, you know. So the Hurricanes have got the ball, right? So let's say they're going to get this, going to throw it, and they're going to get down that 77th minute. And on the strategic analysis of the game, and they're going to go, okay, if we still had the ball, we'd keep it in their half, but they just lost the ball. So then the Waratahs have now got the ball, right? So the Waratahs have kicked it, so it's going to be the Hurricanes line out. So the Hurricanes should win this line out and try and get the ball back down their side. But then the Waratahs are going to be like, nah, they've got to play the game in the end.
Do you know how you could have said that? Hurricanes will look to play the territory game here.
No, because that's a shit analysis. So the
Waratahs
Waratahs have just won the line out. So they've now got the ball in the Hurricanes half and the Hurricanes into the field. So they've got to really grind, to get it down, but they're quite shit. So they just nearly lost the ball, right? Then they go out and they're going to try. They're going to try and, you know, up there, you know, weasel their way up there, but they got to keep the ball, don't they? And there we go. Now it's working, isn't it? But he might go out. No. Okay, well, here we go.
So you should probably say they were like half a metre
I
out from the
just
line.
said that this is what they were going to do. Guess what they're doing now, aren't they? They're on the try line, trying to score a try.
5 metre scrum.
But the Hurricanes have lost their bonus point.
They have.
Because they, you know.
Because they conceded, didn't they? Unfortunately. Ireland will be powered up because it'll be St. Betty's Day. And Amelia, we cannot judge anyone. We're all imperfect humans. Love your openness and honesty, says Ruth. And also, Irish will prevail. No more tries, says Jet. And game. Yeah, it's almost over. Waratahs, they are 10 points away from a bonus point here. So they need to try and something.
Yeah.
But I would say a try and something.
It's not going to happen.
Unless they take a very quick grubber. But someone's getting their foot stretched there. So
they need to stop pissing around because the clock is ticking.
Yeah.
So, you know.
And toss update. India won the toss, bowl first. Australia batting first. I see.
Oh.
There you go. That'll be interesting because I know that New Zealand, they had a bit of rain in their game up against Sri Lanka, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't watch.
And what did I say? Hurricanes with a dominant 20-point victory. And you got this Melb slang, says Blues Nate. And also, Irish whiskey makes you frisky laddie, Never underestimate the luck of the Irish.
Hamish
is an angry man.
Hamish has been a bit of a dick. Hamish, where are you from? We'll find out what Hamish's hobbies are, and we'll make fun of him for those. Hamish will be like, I do motocross and stuff.
Yeah. You go defend Canes, kick it out. Mitch Marsh opening.
You know, Hamish, sometimes I go on YouTube and I just watch history channels.
Yeah.
For me, it's what we can do.
Well, anyone can do it, can't they?
Sometimes I just sit there and I figure out, why did World War II happen? And I get so fascinated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who's your favourite Barrett? I'd probably go Bowden, even though it's hard because, like, they each have their individual, not so much arrogance, but they all know that they're good, don't they?
Jetsy's game?
Yeah, it's on. It is over now.
It's currently happening.
It's gone out. Cheers, Hamish and George. Awesome commentary.
Oh, you wanting us to show you the game, Jet? Oh, shit. It's over.
No. And we're the Crusaders 10th. I dare not happy news. And also, we have got their... Oh, no. Look at how he's tried to spell tougher. Stick to rugby match, tougher sport. And don't talk about Phantom. Go to a Phantom stream to talk about. But that's not how you spell tougher.
Tougher.
And also, Phantom's not a sport, Hamish. It's a different different category. Yeah. And yes, there's Novmum. And also GT, George and Hammy. So India's playing 11. There's Gill, Kishan, Kohli, Yadev, Rahul, Pandya, Jadeja, Thacker, Yadev, Siraj, and Shami. Decent lineup, George. You know a thing or two about a thing or two. You know that's not too bad. Thoughts on the Blues and the Crusaders? I think it's going to be... It's a tricky one because the Crusaders seem like they should be able to fire back after a couple disappointing performances, but the game's being played in Auckland. That gives the Blues that home field advantage. So I think it's going to be closer than some anticipate. And I think it could be split by 5. Either that or I think we're going to get an unexpected Blues runaway by about 15 points. Yeah. There you go. That's a prediction, isn't it? Yeah. And also, Australia's playing at 11. They've got Head, Marsh, Smith, Labuschagne. Smith. Oh, no, I read that one. Inglis, Green, Maxwell, Stoinis, Abbott, Stark, and Zavin. So their batting lineup goes deep. Is the worst thing ever made, says Hamish. It seems like you've got a little bit of a thing going on with you and Amelia, Hamish. Yeah. It seems like, you know, when you're like 5 and you're going back and forth. 4, sorry. And you're like, you're in those sweets. Those sweets are disgusting. Those sweets are disgusting.
I'm tougher than you.
Yeah. You don't eat sweets. Be tougher. Eat fruit. True. The final was played in Auckland last year. I didn't watch it. I was sort of having floats your boat, mate, says Millie. And I heard whispers that Geordie...
It's not floating, though. It's currently sinking.
It's got a lot of holes in it. Geordie is going to be the most dominant Barrett. Coming into the later stages, says Justin. Big call, Hamish Hodges. He'll be up that list for sure, says L19. And very informative, says Justin. Alex Carey is sick. That's not good.
Let's find out what Hamish Hodges' hobbies are. Hamish, what are your hobbies? You know?
Is Artie Savia, is that side of his face bleeding?
When does his band come in?
He's already had it. He was off last week for their game up against the Blues.
Oh.
Yeah, he was bleeding. I was trying to recognise whether that was blood or sweat, but it is blood just below the left eye of Artie Savia. Nothing too serious. I don't think we walked away from this game with too many serious injuries, other than maybe Charlie Gamble. Yeah, the one guy who might have had slightly rough one.
Are you a supporter? You said we.
But Charlie Gamble's the Waratahs player.
Oh. So you're a Waratahs supporter?
No.
Because you're like, I don't think we got away with too many injuries.
We as a collective nation, rugby loving community.
You are shit.
And also, you're good, mate. You got your opinion, I've got mine. Over the rest of the weekend, treats you well, brother, says Amelia. And also one of the top stage productions in history, you're not wrong, says Ruth. And as again, you've been awesome, Hamish and George. And Hamish always, please, says John. Although this is different Hamish than me.
Amelia's like, no issues. And we're like, come up, Amelia.
When you talk about Phantom and a bloody rugby stream, read the rumor. Have you seen our chats normally? He was talking about shagging a third cousin earlier.
Not third, sixth cousin.
Sixth cousin.
Not your third cousin. Like, Jesus.
Someone
see
mentioned
much.
Someone mentioned cricket lineups before. We talked about McDonald's. I
Yeah.
feel like you misread the room,
I
Hamish.
think you just
Like,
need to
you're
calm down
probably-
a little.
The one who
How they want to talk about. Ask us anything.
that's the
Relationship
beauty of
advice.
Ruth's
You
talking
know,
about kebabs. Those kebabs were fabulous.
Like,
Yummy.
Hamish,
Still
it's a free
looking like
democracy over here,
sauce
bro.
just heaven.
You can call me fat and I'll make fun of you. We'll have a good time, you know.
Alex Carey is sick. Did you know Alex Carey's a cricket player? Hamish? He's gone home, so Josh Inglis will come in today. David Warner is not yet fully fit, so Mitch Marsh will open the batting. The rest of the changes by Smith. And also, this chat sometimes speaks about the most random stuff. True.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Games get boring and we spin yarns.
Spin yarns.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spin yarns, keep calm.
Yeah.
That's our motto.
No, not really.
Yeah. No. Never came up with it.
Spin
It's just
yarns.
then he's trying to shoot a shot.
Yeah, he's like, you're
Isn't he?
really beautiful, isn't it? Yeah.
He's like, did you know that I'm a rugby player?
He's like, I'm a block.
Yeah. Did you know I play the toughest sport in the world? But Amelia talks about it every time. Does that mean you're a lurker, Hamish?
Yeah.
Because I think this is the first live stream that you've started commenting on.
And,
So I'm
and
wondering.
like, have you been hanging around in the background watching Amelia, Hamish? Is that what's been going on here?
Sounds a bit that way.
Shit.
Mm,
Haven't told us your hobbies yet, bro.
no.
You know?
I actually have a suspicion I know who Hamish Hodges is as well, but I'm not going to say anything.
Is it someone you know in real life?
No,
Or-
but it's someone who I know from the chat in the past,
Oh.
which is a bit of an interesting one that he's commenting through Hamish Hodges because, you know,
Yeah.
it's a bit of an insider.
Was this someone who got banned?
No, he hasn't been banned on his main account, but he's had a couple spam accounts before.
Oh.
Hmm.
So.
No, I won't do that to him. Hey, did you get a haircut? Not recently, but about a month or two ago, I did end up getting it. And I was like, 1 minute, it's old childhood video games. I was like, same how bothers you, Hodges. And also, I'd like you to spread the love of God, bless all.
Yes, Justin likes
Justin.
God. We ain't ripping him out about it, are we?
No.
Go God.
I've seen Ruth's comment there. Hamish, if your cousin looks like you, wow, hot stuff. Jason Momoa only a wee bit more fame than you. I don't.
Tapping that out your Ruth. Get a kill.
I think me and Jason are a long way off each other now that I've got short hair.
Jason's
Did I miss it? You did miss the game.
Yeah.
Big light.
It's done.
It's hard to deny beauty if beauty is interested in you. But if you're related to that beauty, maybe deny it a little bit. You know, that's the motto of this stream as well. Go Jesus.
Go Jesus. Go Jesus.
All right, see, Irish, it's a free world, Amelia.
You know, like the other morning when I woke up, I was like, I can't be bothered. Jesus was in my room. He said, get out of bed, you shithead. Sure, all right.
Sure that just wasn't your mum.
It might have been. I thought it was Jesus. I see him when he's on drunk. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm drunk. He's like, you're a disappointment to everyone on earth. I was like, cheers, Jesus.
Nice.
You're a nice man.
Yeah.
He's there.
Hi. Oh, damn it, says Big Light. And as well, but nonetheless, I think we are going to be at the end of this live stream. Anyone who is new, surely will like and subscribe to the channel.
Yeah.
And we will see you all
For another one.
for the next one, which
For
is going to be
another one,
tomorrow.
another
We've got a lot of live streams tomorrow.
Another
We've
one.
got Super Rugby, got 2 matches, Blues versus Crusaders, Brumbies versus Moana Pacific, and then also the Six Nations going to be taking place alongside Super Rugby on the Sunday. Thank you all very much for being here. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And we will see you all for the next one.